So good day, Prof. My name is Pulha and we are from Group 7. So now I'm presenting the video. So basically, I have muted the background sound. And actually, we have 5 people. So we divide our scene into 5 scenes in total. So the first scene is start by me, which I design the environment setup, then followed by Pei Hui, where uh, she designed the journey of the paper book, starting journey of the paper book lah. And the third scene is designed by Vision, where he designed the paper book meet the big fish. And the fourth scene is designed by Jia Sheng, where he designed the paper book meet the thunderstorm. And also the last scene is designed by Vian, where the paper book finally meets a girl and the girl helped to refold the book and also put back it into river. So basically in overall, this story, this symbol like of journey of the paper boat that faces challenges like storm, big fish, near destruction. But the story actually is brings to encourage viewer not to give up even when things seems difficult. So it shows that with a care and kindness, there is always a chance for renewal and a fresh start. So the animation aims to inspire people to believe that hope can be found even in the most fragile moment. So and that resilience can lead to new beginnings. So basically, for my part is I'm designing the environment setup. So this is the environment setup where the terrains is made by terrains too. Because initially, what challenges I face is that I use a basic plain object to model this terrain. But it looks like not natural. So after research, we decide to use the terrains tool for the terrain modeling phase. So it because it's specially to construct the terrains and also river as it offer a high degree of flexibility, allowing us to easily modify and also adjust the structure of the topography to suit our design need. So we use the texture from website Polyhaven because it provides HDRI image. So for the sky texture as well, we also use the image from Polyhaven. And for all those trees behind here, we use the plugin in Blender, which names Blender Kits like that. So to make the environment more realistic. And for the water, that part, actually you can look that the water is moving. And from water material, I use glass BSDF, glossy BSDF, and diffuse BSDF because the glass BSDF provide transparency and also reflection, stimulating how lights bend through water. And the glossy BSDF, it adds reflection on the water surface, while the diffuse BSDF introduce light color and light scattering to give the water a more natural look. So to add on more surface details, I have used noise texture coordinate bumps, yeah, all those like that. And just now I have shown that the water actually is moving, right? So how I animate it is I use this thing because it's pretty simple to do this animation is I can only just adjust the location XYZ according to frame. So for example, now I'm in frame 1. So actually initially condition is 000. So for example, I move to frame 150, I can set the location to 10, 10, 10. And I move to frame 250, I can set the location to 20, 20, 20. So it will shows like the water will slowly move fast like that lah. So here is the animation that I've done. And for the camera setup in scene one, so actually it consists of the basic, yeah, the basic overall environment introduction and also the focus on the boy view, which the boy is now folding the paper. So just too short like that. So that's all from me. Thank you.
I'm Hui, and I was mainly responsible for scene 2, which shows the emotional moment where the boy sends the paper boat off on its journey. Let me first briefly explain the objective of our animations. We wanted to deliver a strong message about hope, growth, and resilience. The journey of a fragile paperboard represents how, despite life's challenges, there's always a chance to start again as long as we don't give up. In scene 2, I work on the modeling, ringing, and animations of both the boy and the paperboard. For the board, I started with a simple polygon plan and folded it by adjusting the edges and vertices, keeping the geometry low poly to reflect a real handmade paperboard light and delicate. The boy model was sourced from Mixamo. I made adjustments in Blender, including the pose and proportion tweaks to better fit the visual style of our story. For texturing, I used the principal BSDF shader, including features both solid color like a red cap and a green jacket that match our style cartoon-like tone. Okay. One challenge I faced was with his waving animations. Initially, it looked stiff and robotic. The arm didn't flow naturally. To fix this, I refined the ringing using weights handing to improve joint deformations and adjusted the keyframe timing. I added more overlapping motions and slight rotations in the elbow and wrists, which helped create a smoother, more believable wave. The camera technique in scene 2 was designed to emotionally connect the viewer with the boy fella. We will use a medium shot to start, then a slow tracking shot to follow the boat while keeping the boy in view. This helps shows the growing distance and symbolic separations. In summary, scene 2 not only introduced the journey but sets the emotional tone. The combinations of character animation, natural board brief, and tofu camera movement helps the audience feel both the emotion of the boy and the uncertainty of the board path ahead.
Hi, this is Go, and I'm responsible for scene number 3. So in scene number 3, we got the big fish right here. So this big fish started as a model, template model in Maya. So I exported the file as FBX and imported here. And then into Blender, and then I made some changes to the fins. I made it taller by moving the vertices top and bottom, and also the tails. Then after that, this model already comes unwrapped in UV, so I can straight away just added a new texture image. I made it white first, white background, and then and then I basically painted over it. So using this paint hard tool, I painted over it with the orange color as well as the yellow color for the fins, the tails, and the gills. See? So this simple design was chosen because it fitted the overall art style we're going for in this animation better, which is leaning towards the cartoonish art style. In terms of rendering, in terms of the animation, so in scene number 3 here, the camera movement is done by using this tool called the walk navigation. So here you can see with view, navigation, walk navigation. I found this to be easier than manually moving the camera itself, and also manually changing the location X, location Y. Yeah. In terms of the fish In terms of the fish itself, it's a simple translation, moving the location X, location Y, and then inserting a keyframe here. So you can see the fish rotation as well. Like for example, in this part of the animation, make it rotate in Z axis to make it turn in the river. So here you saw the camera shaking effect. So the camera shaking effect is achieved by adding a noise modifier. So we went to the graph editor and then we click the camera object, X Euler rotation modifiers, and you can see there are two noise modifiers right here for the two times that the shaking animation is used. The scale, the strength, all of these are default values except for the strength. I reduced the strength to make it more realistic for both parts. And as for the boat, which is in the third part of the scene, here, the boat. So you keep playing this, the third part of the boat. So you can see there's a lot of keyframes here. Those keyframes are for precise. They are for precise positioning and to simulate the trajectory of the boat getting knocked off by the fish. We have to insert a lot of keyframes to rotate the boat. For the boat's rotation, its position, as well as the height in the Z value. So, and also the timing in which the boat is the same at the same position as the fish itself right here, frame 122. So in terms of challenges in this scene, in animating this scene, one challenges I've encountered is the movement of the when trying to move the object, right? So if we go to object transform move, you can see that it follows the ground. It has gravity. So to solve that, to keep it above the water, which is also opaque this time, which is also opaque, so I have to keep it above water. So I just fix the Z position for the fish. And in terms of the boat itself, it's basically setting the Z value always above 4, which is on the river itself, the height of the river.
Good morning, Doctor and Jason. I'm going to present about the scene 4. The scene 4 is actually the transformation of a peaceful river setting into the thunderstorm, using a combination of modeling, shading, particle system, and time animation. First, I'm going to talk about the clouds. I begin by sculpting the clouds in Blender, starting from cluster UV sphere message and then merge them all together. To give them realistic depth, I layer principal BSDF material with height roundness. So next is a lighting box. I model a thin cylinders and then branch them into jagged segments. Each board built from extruded faces that twist and fold unpredictably. Principal BSDF with a bright yellow color ensure each flash would stand out sharply against the dark sky. I then animated their visibility in the timeline, flickering each board on and off at irregular intervals to avoid a mechanical field and to capture the sudden and throbbing energy of the real lining. Next, I'm going to talk about the rain. Rain was handled by Blender's particle system, which is a flat emitter plane above the scene which spawns teardrop-shaped atmosphere droplets that fall under the gravity. To simulate the impacts, I use dynamic pen by setting the rain emitter as the brush and then set the river surface as the canvas. Every falling droplet creates a ripple that propagates across the water mesh, adding convincing detail to each of the raindrops' interaction with the river. And then I also optimized the viewport playback by reducing the particle counts during layout, and then bump them up again for final render to maintain both interactivity and visual fidelity. For the animation, the camera work underscores the mounting tension. I cut between a wide, slow review of the darkening sky and closer, low-angle shots of individual lightning handles frozen mid-flash. A mid-shot tracks the trembling paperboard as it bobs with each downpour, letting the viewer feel the storm's impact on our fragile vessel. And then by varying the focal lengths and angles without explicit the timing notes, I maintain the narrative momentum and guide the attention naturally across the scene. Throughout the production, I encountered a few challenges. First of all, the viewport lag from dense rain particles forced I to balance the interactivity and quality by swapping between low count preview and high count render settings. Secondly, the earliest lightning animation felt too regular, so I have to introduce a random frame offset fixed by the rigidity and make each flash feel spontaneous. In the final render, these elements come all together, rolling clouds that swell and press downwards, streaks of rain that strike and ripple the river, and then the lightning that crackles through the darkness. All of these are viewed through the animated cameras. This sequence not only showcases our technical workflow but also delivers the dramatic shift from calm to chaos that defines Scene 4. Thank you, it's all for my parts.
I'm Game Division. Now I'm representing about Scene 5. So in Scene 5, it shows that after the boat goes through a lot of challenges, the river current pushes it to a riverbank where a girl is standing nearby. So this moment shows that the boat is very close to give up, but help is coming. After the girl repulses the boat, it shows that the boat is in a brand new where after receive help, it shows that we can have new hope, and the sun represents the hope where the boat continue its journey. So now I'll be talking about the character where I use in the scene. So actually I use this simple girl character model where it's downloaded from Examo, and I made changes in using Blender. So I resized the girl model to fit our animations, and I changed some of the color by using texture paint, where I color her hair black, and I color her pants into blue. So after that, I used the rig by Mixamo to do some animations where it shows in the scene 5. So for the animation part, at first it shows that the boat flows to the riverbank to the girl, and I put some animations for the girl when she bends down to pick up the boat and refolds the boat. So the challenges here is it is hard to sync the boat's position with the girl's hand position so that it looks natural. So by this I adjust the position of the boat frame by frame and lock it so that it won't move when I go to the other frame. So yeah, these things shows the kindness of the girl, and it shows that the boat is having a new hope where it is refold into brand new. I use several cameras for this scene so that it will follow the animation from different directions. So as you can see here, it shows that after the girl puts the boat on the river, and the camera will follow the boat where it flows towards the hope, which is the sun. So that's the end of scene 5. So for the story moral value of these animations, it is to show that sometimes even we face big challenges, but with courageous and help from others, we can always start again. It shows that after the boat was reported by the girl, it continued its journey, and the girl actions shows that a small act of kindness can give hope and new beginning. Thank you. That's the end of our presentation.